There's a little bit of a misspelling there at the end. I think Stella might have touched something and I just like copied and pasted the thing. Yeah. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into this. We're doing playback today of March 17th, Wednesday, the past 2 days, which was like the 2 days before this, Monday, Tuesday, were absolutely difficult for me at least. I don't know, but this like highlight thing is so like satisfying. Like the squares around it highlight too. It's like you're looking in a flashlight. Oh, it's so satisfying. Anyway, looks like a strong trending day. A little bit of a rangy day, but since 8:30 we've been on a strong trending day. We do have to worry about some of these highs. That was a pretty good push. I would mark that up, but we already pushed past through it. This one's a little bit of a good push. It did hesitate a little bit before push down. I don't know if I want to mark that one. I do want to mark this one though. This one's a pretty significant one, I think. We'll go ahead and mark this one just in case, and maybe do a little like maybe. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. What does it look like on a mini chart? Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. So that's probably more than a maybe. Yeah. Yep. I think so. All right. So it looks like we already got a second entry set up here. Let's go ahead and take it. I'm going to do my best to pause. Looks like we keep pushing higher and higher. So I'm trying to remember the things that we've learned today. Let me just pause it just so I can remember. So we learned that there was the staircase highs are pretty effective in range days. During the two like playbacks, I guess you could say, I was rewatching the videos today at work, and so yeah, that's one of the things. This is a pretty good strong trending day, so I don't know if that's gonna apply. We do have these highs that we tested before. We did break out of it. I don't know if we want to continue it, but obviously there's no continuation there. But swing high first entry, second entry. Sometimes in the range days, the biggest move is gonna become the overall trend. So this downtrend could be the overall trend, especially if we push down below this low here. And there's enough resistance to back it up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and treat this as an overall downtrend. This could be very wrong, obviously, but let's see. Hopefully we're not wrong. Hopefully our reading skills are on point now. Massive push down. I still don't think there's any FOMO. So it's a definite downtrend, that's for sure. Whether or not there's FOMO is the bigger debate here. So if we do get stepped out, that means there was some FOMO that we missed here. Or it's a 15%er. No, but can't believe it's 1 time speed. Hold on. I gotta go see what Nate's doing. Alright. Let's see. There it is. Let's go. I'm trying to think before we get stepped out. It could be an over. We did test this low here, right there. Now that I notice it, yeah, it could be. It's much more noticeable on here for sure. We have said in the past before, but this is just one test. That's just one test. This is consolidation, but not the biggest like spikes on out of there. This is a much more significant low. So let's go ahead and just see. All right, so pretty bad trade. No surprise. So we come and test it, and it was a good amount of tests here. We had a little bit of consolidation, followed by a good push up. Did consolidate a bit, but as you can see, it's still pretty good rejection. So that could be a validated level of support, especially after tests. Yeah. Or it's just a 15%er. To the tick. That's impressive. It's actually impressive. Then you get a push with the overall direction. Not a strong trending day. It has that trend rangy kind of feel just due to the fact it's just coming back up and it's like that big U shape with a weird little like rip there. You got a swing low, first entry, second entry. Market's pushing up here. I don't see any FOMO, so I'd actually go for a sell right here. Alrighty. I have no idea. There's nothing to back it up. Could be another 15%er, so it's more like a 50%er, I should say. 2 losses in a row. Alright, I'm gonna treat this as overall uptrend still. Bless you. Alright, let's go. So overall trend is just up there due to the fact you have this high, pushes higher, then you have that high, then it pushes higher, then you have that high. So overall trend is going to be up in that direction. And plus it's just one spike down. If it was more like this two-legged correction, I'd be a little bit more concerned, but the fact that I couldn't even correct this just yet, we treat it as overall uptrend, so good trade. Had that little consolidation here. Doesn't look like much on the minute chart, but we also have it across the board here. Across the chart. We did push down a little bit too low though. Yeah, we pushed down a tad bit too low. So still treating this as an overall downtrend. Whether or not to continue it is the real question. Didn't push up higher there. Alright, let's think. Huge push down. We kind of break through it. We tested a little bit. Bounced a little bit. Yeah, I think this is a pretty valid point here. Level of resistance, support, I should say. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, nice, cool. So good level of support there. Let's go. 2 winners, 2 losers, 50% win rate so far. Even though we're positive 16, we didn't take the other one. But yeah, so once again, huge consolidation here. Confirmed on the minute chart, and what a huge move into this massive rejection. That's a crazy level of support. Then you have this one little test, and we know in the tick chart we've said that sometimes you can see those consolidations only on the tick chart, and this is one of those cases. You can see a little bit here, but this is much more clear. You have that bounce right there, and it bounces up. That's going to confirm that guy right there, and a little bit of consolidation with the push through. The difficulty of pushing through that is what confirmed it essentially. Especially with that huge, massive move up after that huge push into it, huge bounce. Alright, it looks like overall trend is just down. We have a test here, then a test there, but that's only 2 tests. We have a little bit of test here, but it's not a huge push into that, so there's actually no bounce there. Overall trend could be up here. And if that's the case, this could be potential staircase highs. Yes. And so is this push up enough to declare an uptrend? There's nothing to indicate it besides that just point. Yeah, it's only one leg as well. So it could still very well be a downtrend still, meaning a non-obvious buy. I'd be surprised if this is actually an uptrend. But actually, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised actually. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go. So it's an overall downtrend. It's just one move that way, no support. So good downtrend there. Good trade. Now we get a little bit more difficult trade here. Now we're consolidating right in the middle of this. So this guy got that, and then this guy got this. So the uptrend has this, the downtrend has this. It's right in the middle, and plus it has that too. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to decide what the overall trend is. This side has a little bit more support or consistent support. Got good. If you look at the minute chart, there's a good amount of support right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bar closing there, closes there about. So we could declare as an overall uptrend, especially with the 2 legs up. But then we have that massive spike down. But we don't really take those into consideration, especially on rangy type of days. And this is definitely one of those rangy type days. Oh wait, we were supposed to keep that, right? I thought that was an old one. So let's see. We'll go ahead and treat it as an overall uptrend because it has 2 legs up with a little bit of support here. So being on the right side of this is what's really gonna make the difference. Is if it's a really strong trending day, then this is gonna carry a lot more weight. But I don't think it is. So let's go ahead and find out. In the trade, out the trade. Let's go. Good read. So overall trend was just up there. This downtrend does not carry much weight because this is not a strong trending day. This is a rangy type day. So even though that move is down with this trend here, it's not a strong trending day. It's just a range day. So that's not going to apply here. So just the overall trend up because you have 2 legs up already and a good amount of support there. So good trade. Then we got a new swing high, first entry, second entry. I don't like these kind of setups when it's right back to back. That's gonna cause an overall uptrend. Apparently that's sticking with the trend, but sometimes I don't like these because even though you got all this stuff on your side, it's just a matter of the way the bars line up and stuff. Like on real time, maybe this doesn't even look like this, you know. But you got 2 legs down now. That push down, that push down, that push down now. That test, that test. It's those lower highs I'm a little bit worried about. But if we had to take a trade, we have a lot of support there, 2 legs up. But then you got the 2 legs down as well. This one pushed a little bit lower than that previous low. This one didn't though. So we're going to treat it as an overall uptrend. This one might bite us in the butt. And if it does, that means overall trends with the 2 legs down like that, 2 big legs down like that, we're going to have to probably just write that down in our notes or our losses in the scuff trading losses on Instagram highlights. So no trigger, but the sell, what is that, was actually the best one. Nice. Not getting in the trade was actually much better than getting in the trade and losing. But look, swing low, first entry, second entry. You could have took that one right there. Oh, I'm recording still. Noticing this guy right here. That's a pretty big bounce off of this. Let's see where it is on the minute chart. So it's a little bit lower right here, I think. Let's see if we copy and paste this guy. Where does it line up? Right there. We could probably do that. So this is a confirmed one. Had a little bit consolidation there. Consolidation plus the push up. Good push down here. A little bit better here actually. If we just copy and paste this real quick. This could be most definitely an overall uptrend here. And if not, well, we'll see. We don't even know if there's a setup yet. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So overall trend is up now because this is very valid. You get the consolidate more like 1, 2, 3 tests. Not necessarily any consolidation, but 3 tests plus this and that. With the consolidation here and here, I think this might confirm it. Let's go ahead and treat this as an overall uptrend. So let's go for the sell. Moving really fast here now. Okay, we're definitely probably going to get into the trade here. But if not, alright, we're in the trade. Super curious to see how this one ooh. Okay, so hate to do this. This is a tough one. Hold up. It's a little bit of a tricky one. So a couple things I'm noticing is the staircase highs here. That's the first thing I'm noticing. Another thing I'm noticing, we know that there was a test here, and a test here. Those are very separated. I probably would have wanted consolidation, but we have seen in the past before where one test was more than enough. But this is not as consolidated as I would like for it to be. It's also pushing down further and further here. So if we do it like this, and that level of low is right here, and that we only got one test there. If we push it up here in our favor, then it probably works out on the minute chart. But if we notice that these usually work better if we're noticing the things on the tick chart. So here we said, even in our notes, that you'll probably only be able to see on the tick chart. So maybe using the tick chart here is the best play. You have a little bit of consolidation there, and push up, and the one test. It's not the best consolidation here, but it's a good push down. Yeah, it's a tough one. Probably that's just one test. And okay, here, this is what it is. Got it. Since it's one test, it could be okay, but it's the fact that we have these lower highs that are the indication that it's on the downtrend. So these lower highs are going to keep telling us that it's overall downtrend. Yeah, so it's that one test plus those lower highs that's going to declare an overall downtrend. So buying there is the best thing you could have done. There's that second test. I think I like the two tests now. I think it's overall uptrend. We got a swing high first entry. Let's see if we can get the setup here. Nope. Well, trend's most definitely up. But I think I would like to go for a... Nope, I do not actually. I was going to say staircase highs, but you kind of pass it after that push down right there. The rest of the staircase highs are up here, really. So you're in this in-between area. Overall trend could just be up here. Yeah, let's go ahead and choose. I don't see anything else, really. No staircase high that we broke above. You don't see why we would want to continue this with FOMO, unless this was a level of resistance, and which it could potentially be. But it's the fact that it keeps pushing higher and higher here to make it a little bit inconsistent. So if we do get stopped out here, that means this was, well, we're not even in the trade yet. All right, we're in the trade. Swing low first entry, second entry. That means if we get stopped out here, that means this was an actual level of resistance. But it's the fact that it keeps pushing higher there. I'm just going to be quiet till something happens. Good, we got the scalp. So overall trend is just up there. No significant highs here. It's the fact that you have these weird inconsistent highs that keep coming lower and lower. Then they keep pushing higher and higher and higher. And eventually, yeah. So there's no significant high here. There's no highs. It's just overall uptrend. You have enough evidence. It's just one leg, but you have enough evidence of support to back it up. So it's really just a couple legs in there and then big leg. And then no staircase high. So good trade, good trade. So far, 5 wins, 3 losers. Not too bad. 2 of them were really 15%ers. This one's definitely a 15%er. This one's a little bit difficult. That one's a for sure 15%er because I think we follow all the rules in this one. Let's see, overall trend is up. Gonna bounce off the highs. Overall trend is still up. Oh wait, no, we got that one. So, oh, it was this one. The swing low, first entry, second entry. So what this could be is the alignment of the bars. I noticed that sometimes in these weird corrections, this doesn't happen a lot in live. This could just be one leg, and then the sell right there would be the best trade. Okay, the thing about this setup here, swing high first entry, second entry. We did just take a trade, and this is a back-to-back, which I don't usually like, but then we got a swing high first entry, second entry. So it's the fact that we didn't push all the way down to here that I'm a little hesitant to declare it an uptrend even with that push up. The reason I want to call it a downtrend is because we have 2 legs here, really. It's just 1 leg here, but it's kind of followed up by the rest of this. And Alright, I'm gonna treat this as an over uptrend due to the fact you have these highs that keep pushing higher and higher. That's the only reason. So let's give it a shot. Probably not a very good shot. Oh, good shot. Let's go. So those highs, overall uptrend. Yep, good trade. Man, I think the unlock is paying attention to everything. The highs, the spikes, the FOMO, everything. But those highs and lows, pretty significant. 6 to 3, what is that? 16. 6% win rate. Swing low first entry, second entry. These highs keep pushing higher. Do have 2 legs up, but it's 1 nice move down. This is gonna be a difficult one. Excuse me, sorry. I'm calling it an uptrend due to the fact of this slope here. It's super weird, but if you pull out a little bit like this, you can see that slope here, maybe. It's a very slanted one, very out of our comfort zone. We usually like them like this. But that's just a little bit of evidence to back up the overall uptrend. If this is not an overall uptrend, then we just throw that strat in the garbage. Alright, we're in the trade. Yeah, there's no way, right? Okay, yeah. So make sure it really does look like that. So don't use those weird looking things. Do we really put this as a loss? We were testing, and we did do a wrong read, yeah. So it's a loss. So overall trend is actually down here. It's a good push down, and you have a correction, and yeah, it's a good push down. A bit of weird one. I wonder how these staircase highs are gonna play out in this not so rangy, not so trendy, rangy kind of day. I kind of want to continue this staircase high here. I think it's a staircase high. Maybe not. Maybe we're really just forcing that. But nonetheless, there's no FOMO in this direction. There's no lows, no support. So yeah, 2 things to support the buy here. Oh, let's see. Fill the tick light. This is definitely a 15%er if we get stopped out. Let's see. Is my face in the way? So obviously not staircase highs. So at that point, overall trend is just up. Which actually does make sense. You don't really have a level that was like consistently tested. This pushed out way higher, and those are invalid. When it pushes out way significantly like that, that becomes invalid. That's not consolidation. We've seen that before once, so this is the second time. So if it does that huge push in that consolidation, it's not going to be valid. Alright, watch out for huge pushes past these levels. They may fool you as a test. So this is the U setup again. It's actually not. Yeah, it is that U setup. So if you take a look at it, it's that U setup where you have a huge level of rejection. And so yeah, so overall trend is just up there, selling there, non-obvious is the best trade. 5-6 right now. So far we're trading at about 50% win rate, which is not good at all. Because that 15% that doesn't work also adds on to, yeah. So it's very difficult. I usually really don't like these setups, which is this huge push down and then your setup right here. Because a lot of times, even though you're right, it might just stop you out by a couple ticks and just proceed in the direction you thought it would. But nonetheless, this has a little bit more backup. We just bounce off like these highs area, even though it's not valid, you know. It has enough like backup to support the downtrend here. And this just keeps pushing higher and higher. It doesn't come down and test or anything. And I don't know if I count that as a test either. So maybe this is an overall uptrend. We're gonna say this had a lot more support. So overall trend is up. That's the only thing that could back us up right now. Pretty sure this one does not work out. Oh. Okay, that's fair enough. There it is. Okay. A little bit better entry. Oh, we got it. Let's go. So overall uptrend, just because if you're weighing these two options, this side has a good push up, this side has a good push down. But this side has a little bit more support compared to this side. So that's the only reason. So maybe we got lucky. Okay. Even a 50%, 60% win rate is all we need. Because now we're still positive. Even subtracting that one loss here, that would be our goal. Of course, there's taxes and fees and stuff like that, but you know. Swing high first entry, second entry, let's see. Two massive moves down. I'm gonna treat this as a overall downtrend. Whether or not there's FOMO here, I think there actually is because of these staircase lows. Think so. Let's give it a shot. It might need. Oh wait, I think this is actually in our Instagram story saying this is not staircase lows. Let me check. Because I can still check in live data too, right? Not cheating. Actually, I guess it's cheating if it is the exact same trade. Oh, it's not the same day. This is the one I'm looking at. It's like the on the Nick B trading stuff. It's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th story in of scuffed losses. It's probably scuffed losses 1 by now if you're watching this. Whoever, yeah. But the first scuffed losses highlights series is the 5th story. This is not staircase lows. That's the one I'm looking at. It's fairly similar. But I wonder why that's not staircase lows. I didn't really do a good job explaining there, but I'm going to treat this as staircase lows. And if it's not, then the reason I want to treat it with staircase lows is because this is becoming much more of a rangy day, and it's a nice staircase. I mean, look at that. We got a spike with a good correction in the middle of it. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this in real time. Okay, let's take it to there it is. Let's see, let's see. Let's go. Staircase lows. This is still pretty good profit. Let's see what our actual like profits would be. So 23% of our profits is 28 bucks. Plus how many trades did we take? Each contract is 67 cents. And that's 14 trades. Plus that one we didn't include, so that's 14. In total. Subtracting from here. Hey, that's still our goal. Let's go. And that's actually, I notice when I do that, it's actually a little bit more profit and less taxes and fees and stuff like that. I don't know. It's like 60% of like 60% of your profits is taxed, 40% of something like that. Let me check right now actually. Okay, here 60 40. Yep. Index futures contract loans with capital gains 60% and short term capital gains 40%, regardless of how long. Hold on. Yeah, 60-40 rate. For example, in February of this year, Bob bought a contract 20,000. Okay, I have no idea. I thought he did. Okay, 60% are taxed at the long-term capital gains tax rate. So your gains. So 60% of your profits are taxed at 15%, while only 40% of your short-term capital gains are taxed at an ordinary. Okay, makes sense. So technically 100% of your stuff is getting taxed, but 60 of it is being taxed at 15%. The other, your ordinary income tax rate, which 10% here in Illinois. So 25% actually, right? I feel like it's a lot less than that. Normal income tax rate of 22%. He's left with $78 after taxes. So yeah, 40% of our profits are taxed at the 22%, while the remaining 60% taxed at 15%. This leaves her at 5% more profit than Treasury. Okay, nonetheless. All right, massive projection of this low here. So we did consolidate a little bit there. It was only one test, really. It did bounce a little bit. We got one test there, one test there. Yeah, I'm not going to call it any significant. Actually, if we push it up a little bit, and maybe it's a little bit more significant. Did consolidate there. So maybe continue this. Yeah, you can kind of see on the minute chart as well. And if not, then that means it should be here. But I think it's here. Just because of the way the minute chart's set up there. Oh, it's going to be a weird trade. No entry. Look at those consolidating highs. That could potentially be a downtrend here. Okay, we're treating it as a downtrend just because of this right here. That's pretty much it. You do have the push there, but you also have the push up there. So we're really just using this. And if this fails, that means that consolidation needs to be clear and probably a little bit longer as well. But those highs are pretty consistent on a minute chart. And here you can kind of see it too. But of course, well, only way you find out by doing it. Slowest reaction time. I gotta poop. Nope. I'm getting a little bit of the same thing here, but there's a little bit of a gap in there. So that's why I don't like it. No staircase lows, really. It's just that one low. Wild trend is definitely down. Guess there was FOMO. Unless you could count this as a staircase lows. Here's a staircase and there's another staircase. It's two lows. And then of course you have it here. You're in between I guess it could be staircase lows because you have probably a good amount of buys here and a good amount of buys here. So yeah, that's probably a staircase low. Especially since the reason why you have a good amount of buys is because it's right there at that low. Okay, I gotta go poop.